Hello, I want to tell you about my automation tool that is designed to work with autoscaling groups and launch configurations. This tool is something like Terraform or CloudFormation, but it better in thing that it supports multiple accounts. So you can manage many AWS accounts in this tool, but the minus you currently can manage only launch configurations and autoscaling groups. So how to work with this? So currently everything is set up and I will show you how it is working. So here you have a map. I call it launch configuration autoscalings map. And map is just an ordinary dict, and here the keys are accounts names. It could be any name. So uh, you should set up all these accounts, launch configuration and other in settings and variables files. So here you can see I have 3 demo accounts, and you can see they all are empty, and one have an autoscaling group. So this means autoscaling group ASGs like autoscalings and LCs launch configurations. So here we have a region on AWS account. Currently there is 15 regions in each AWS account. So it applies to each region in each account any number of launch configuration. You can add them in list, so you can make multiple auto-scaling groups or launch configurations. So this is not a problem. So I have run this map once, and I have created this one launch configuration and demo, oh sorry, yes, demo launch configuration, demo autoscaling group. And if I will run it again, nothing will change, because this maps first checks if launch configuration exists or autoscaling exists. It won't do anything to it, and if it needs some changes, it will perform it. So if I run it again, it will just skip. I'll show you a little bit of output. So first it says that this output is making changes. This tool currently making changes. You can run it in dry mode, so, like it won't perform any changes, but it will just show you the log what it should do. So then you can see that name of account it's working on, so you can just see if it stopped or started to work on other account. So then it writes out region and account it's currently working, and then it first checks autoscaling groups on AWS account. Then it checks map, and it sees that we have this demo autoscaling group, so nothing needs to be deleted. The first check is to checks about how to delete this. Then checks is it needed to delete the launch configuration. This order is special because first you need to delete all things and then to create. So yeah, and I want to mention that when you delete an autoscaling group, you may notice it can take a while. So when you do it in web interface, so this is because you may have some EC2 instances running, and also I did this tool that it checks status of autoscaling group, so it will wait until it's deleted. So in next step, when it creates autoscaling group, it will see that no, nothing is existing. So let's make some changes and you will see how it's working. So for example, I'll copy demo autoscaling group to US East 2. So, and let's, delete this autoscaling group. So it will delete this group and create 2 items in US West, US East 2. So let's start. I have autoscaling groups with 0 instances, so it should be some little bit faster than it's. Maybe it will take 20 seconds for deleting. And yeah, so you can see it erased autoscaling group, did nothing to launch configuration and didn't create any autoscalings. I did some highlighting, so you can just see if something happened, it will highlight it. If nothing happened, you can just skip, So it will go through all accounts. It's working still. And while it's working, I'll show you the variables. So to make it work, you need to set all things here, and it's not so big deal. So first you need to set up your user data if you need it, of course. So it's just if you don't know, it's a script which runs every time you create an instance. So it runs while it's AWS created instance. You can like maybe add some root passwords here, or maybe add your SSH key to known hosts, any other things. So you set it up if you need it. If you don't, you just skip. Then you go to launch configurations. You see you have one file regions info, but it's already filled by me. And you have here, you can set up here your images if you need to change its Ubuntu. So if you need some other AMI, you just set it here, but note that it's different AMIs for each region, so need to check it. So here is this information about name of region. It's a name, a system name. It's all availability zones. That's all. So here is all its info about all regions and regions list, just for scripts to work. Um, then you go to launch configs. Here you just uh, describe your launch configuration. So you should create. It's looks like dict, and you here uh, write its name of launch configuration, and also you should duplicate this name uh, here in name section. Then you set up user data here, set instance type and spot price if it's needed. If no, you just don't just delete it if you don't need a spot type instance, just like this. But I will bring it back just because for demo I will show you. So then you go to AWS autoscaling groups, yeah, and here you can also you set autoscaling group name, set the launch configuration, which it will be based on, and set size of autoscaling group. Size will set up the maximum and minimum size of autoscaling group both. So currently I have 0 because, you know, for demo it's much faster when you remove it autoscaling group with 0 instances. So you set up user data, launch configurations, and autoscalings. You need to connect to your AWS account. So you need to uh, fill in all your settings for all your AWS accounts. This data is fake. I will not show you my real configs for real AWS accounts. So, but it's really how it looks like. So you just set any name which you will identify. It's up to you. And then you also will use this name in map. So yeah, and then you can get your AWS access key ID. You need to go to settings. I think I'll show you a little bit later in web interface. So you can get an access key ID and AWS secret access key. You put it here and you have your account connected. And all this script or application, it sees all these variables using this file, load vars. You can see this file, it imports all data from all files in this folder. So AWS accounts, regions info, autoscaling group, launch configuration, and user data. So I have my own vars here. It's the same. I will show you the load vars, um, which is currently working. So you see, I have only my AWS accounts here loaded, my regions info, but it's the same. and easy to login and password, but it's for another script. It's don't mention. Don't mind. So here you see vars example, vars example, vars example. So all data is from example data. Okay, so let's show you something. When you have everything set up, it's not like a problem to set it up. So let's check our autoscaling groups. We have demo autoscaling group 1 and 2. Okay, and let's close it. Let's, for example, change it for 1. And launch configuration, change it for spot, for example. See, and so it will it will delete the autoscaling group 2, and it will create autoscaling group 1. Also, it will delete launch configurations normal and will create launch configuration spot. So let's delete this also. I need just to check that we have correct launch configuration, because if it's not, it will get an error. Demo spot and first. Okay, demo spot and first. Okay, and for example, let's do it for any other account. Maybe we will create 2 autoscaling groups just for some showtime. Okay. Demo spot and demo normal. Sorry, not normal spot. Not normal spot. Demo normal spot. Demo spot launch configuration. Demo spot launch configuration. Demo spot launch configuration. And demo normal launch configuration. Okay, comma, demo normal. Let's do it. More convenient. And let's do, for example, you can easily edit to multiple regions and multiple accounts, just like this. Oh, and you have it. So then you run it and enjoy. So now first we delete it, launch configuration, and now it's removing an autoscaling group. So now if you want, you can just skip a little bit, because it will, I will film all process of creating and deleting launch configurations. So, and I will rerun it. So I'll show you that in second run it will not do any changes, and then I will show you on the existing account that it's created. For example, I will go to account 1, no, account 2, and I will show you that it has demo autoscaling group 1, demo autoscaling group 2, and both launch configurations. So you will see that it's really working. Okay, so we see it creating some launch configurations. It's quite fast. Now it started to work on account 2. You see it's created 2 launch configuration, created 2 autoscaling groups, and nothing, because nothing needs to do. It's account 2. When working with Europe, it runs much faster. So now account 3. Also, if you need to do some changes, for example, you need to only manage like one region in one account, you can just do it like this. You may create any map foo, I don't know, and create an object. So like this. You see it's have finished working. So you see you can, for example, map foo. So only one account and only 2 regions, and so you see it's finished successfully and everything is okay. And it will do only 2 regions in this third account. And it's checked because, you know, I copied it and everything is the same. So yeah, let's run it again, and you will see that nothing happens because all settings are the same as in this map. So the main idea is that you can easily manage all your launch configuration and autoscaling groups because it's highly easy and visible. So you just create a dict, just run it, and you have all this configuration in all your accounts set up. So I will pause and I will show in the real AWS account how it looks like. So now I'm on my account number 2. So let's go to launch configurations and autoscaling groups. So here is my 2 launch configurations, and let's go to autoscaling groups. 2 autoscaling groups. So for example, let's delete both of them. I will create a map. So so it will go faster because it will work only on 2 regions. So you see count 2. And let's run it. Removing autoscaling groups. Let's show you. Deleting autoscaling group 2. Removing. Let's refresh. Demo autoscaling, removing, still removing. Oh, erased. Okay, removing autoscaling group 1. You can see it's erased group 2 and still erasing group 1. Okay, 0. It may wait a little bit longer. Okay, you see. Erased both launch configurations and finished. So I still have 2, but when I will go here, 0 launch configurations. Okay, so let's run it again, and you see nothing happens. So thank you for watching. Please comment if you want something, write me. Thank you, bye.